And I say that liberally because of the majority of the people that sit in this room are here purposefully. And that purpose drives you to be motivated to be seated in this place at this time. Commitment drives motivation. Motivation is fueled by purpose. And you must have impetus to be in the place where you are. That's good or bad. Where you are right now, at this very moment, is in a good place. Tell somebody, say, you're in a good place. Turn around and touch the person on the other side. You're in a good place. Now, that might seem redundant because you may know that this is a good place. But it's good to be reminded of good things because you're going to be reminded of bad things. And there's enough bad things and there's enough bad news going around for all of us to really choke on. But it feels good to know that you know good. Not only that you know good, but you know better.
Right.
And the better that you know is no matter what's going on around, you can always be in a good place because God is with you. God is in you. And wherever God is, if God is in you, He's more than the world against you. I was talking to the Lord, and while I was talking to the Lord last night, the devil was listening to my conversation. And like the devil does, he butted in on a conversation that wasn't even his. I wasn't even trying to talk to the devil, but I ended up talking to the devil. I wasn't trying to, but because he butted in, I went, oh, really? Really? I'm trying to have a conversation with God. Me and God were talking, and because me and God were talking, he butted in, and I was like, really? You really want me to address my attention to you? But what he was trying to do, and he succeeded in, was to distract me.
Absolutely. Distract you.
Because while I was talking to God, I was feeling good. While I was talking to God, I felt like I was getting some stuff. It was therapeutic.
Right.
While I was talking to God, I was bad, but I was getting better.
Yes.
And the devil bopped in, he butted in, and distracted my attention from the Lord so that I can come back down to where he could handle me. I don't want the devil to handle me. I don't want the devil to put his hands on me. As a matter of fact, I don't want the devil to touch me. The devil comes around, I want him to be scared that I'm going to touch him.
Right.
I want him to be afraid that I might direct my attention toward him. I want him to be just like he told Jesus. Are you here to torment me before time?
Yes.
Because I will cast you out. I will get rid of you. I will do a little bit more to resist. See, the Bible says if you just resist the devil, he'll flee from you. But I don't want him to flee from me. I want him to limp from me. You understand what I'm saying? You ever been so tired of somebody butting in on your life? You say, listen, if you butt my life one more time. I mean, you get in the threatening mode. Like, if I see you one more time, matter of fact, if I hear you, there's going to be hell to pay. You have to walk around with a sanctified chip on your shoulder.
Yes.
I'm not saying get ready to fight. I'm saying the fight is on. It's on. It's on. How far does the devil have to proceed? How much ground does he have to take in your life, in your family, in your relationship? How much stealing and killing and destroying does he have to do before you say enough? Enough is enough. I'm tired. I'm done. I don't want to hear one more story, one more editorial, one more piece on you stealing, killing, or destroying. You know what I'm ready for? Nation, I'm ready for life. I'm ready to live. You know what the devil told me last night? The devil told me last night that the gloves were off. You know what that means, Chris?
Time to fight for real.
Tell me what it means, son. Tell me. No, you got it. You got it. You're telling me. That's a good answer. That's the right answer. Somebody tells you the gloves are off. What does that mean?
Softball style.
Huh? What'd you say? Come back.
Yeah, you burp.
Come back.
Catch me outside. How about that?
The devil told me in so many words that he wasn't scared. I was like, what? Do you know who you're talking to? Tell me, the gloves are off.
Listen.
Do you know what this means? Telling me the gloves are off?
This means war.
And he may sound like I was just giving you fair warning. What's coming? What time it is? What season it is? In other words, I come to tell you this morning, one more thing after this. But I come to tell you this morning, the devil's no longer hiding in the shadows.
Yes.
He's no longer doing his dirt late at night after the lights go out so you don't know who it was that did whatever it was that's going to be done, or that was done in the corner, in the dark.
With a candlestick.
With the monkey wrench in the conservatory.
Yeah.
It's done, but we haven't had a clue. The preponderance of the evidence did not point to one person or one place, so we weren't sure. We could say, but it seemed like we're always saying the devil did this, and the devil chased me, and the devil. Seemed like we just pointing fingers at the devil, but we don't have evidence. The kind of evidence that the courts call beyond reasonable doubt. That means all y'all church folk and all y'all praisers and all y'all God lovers, y'all have been unreasonable. Heretofore, until this time, you've been unreasonable, pointing the finger at the devil, because the devil's an accuser. You're not. I'm not saying that you weren't right in your accusation, but you are not an accuser. And up until this point, all that we've done, the most that we've done, is accuse the devil of this, or accuse the devil of that. But you know why the devil continues to steal? Rich? Do you know why he continues to kill? Do you know why he continues to destroy? Because we have to do more than accuse.
Right. Right. Jesus.
One thing I learned about this device, sitting over here on this table. If you tell it to play, it'll play, and then it'll find something else to play. You can tell it to play something specific, but after it's done, it's going to choose. It's going to play, and it's going to play, and then it may pick something that you don't want to hear. And I love to hear my wife, because I love to hear her interact with technology. She says, "Okay, play something else." And you know what it does? It plays something else. Like, you don't have to wait until the song is over that you don't want to hear, because you are in
Control.
and you tell
It what to do.
it what to do. And you can say stop if you want to.
Right.
It's not going to stop. It's going to keep playing. You have to get its attention.
I got it.
You have to get its attention. You have to say, "Okay, Google," and then a little bar will come up, and then it's listening to whatever else that you say, and that's going to happen. You can accuse the devil all you want to. You don't care nothing about your accusation.
Jesus.
Because the devil is like teenagers. They don't care about your opinion.
Right,
They don't care about what you think.
right.
They're ready.
To rebuttal.
And guess what their rebuttal is? You don't understand me. You don't understand me. You haven't been where I've been. Actually, we have, but that's beside the point. The devil doesn't care about what you think. The devil doesn't even care about how you feel. You think the devil cares about the authority that you have.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
The devil cares about the authority that you have.
That's good.
Everybody that has authority, stand up. Thank you for standing. We are no longer in a position, and it is no longer the season to be seated.
Thank you, Lord.
This isn't see something, say something. This is stand up and command.
Yes.
Exercise your authority. Come on, Caleb Michael, we're waiting for you. See here, just sit up here. Exercise your authority. Because it's time to stand up. And when you stand up, be prepared.
Yes.
Because you're standing to fight.
The fight. Absolutely.
Because the devil has served notice. He served notice on me. What did he do that for? Did he know what he was doing? Because I'm going to tell somebody. Because I'm not going to fight by myself. But he said the gloves are off. Expect to get hit.
Jesus.
Expect to get hit. Because this is a fight.
Yes.
And when you get hit,
Lucky I'm in church.
wow. Anything you break gonna be mine anyway.
You know.
That's my brother. He been catching me off guard all his life. And guess what? I've been taking it all his life. Now it's time to dish some stuff out. Are you listening? Oh, just a little water.
No, that's coffee.
Lord have mercy. Listen. You have to not just stand to be in the way, not just stand to block the advancement of the army of the enemy, because he's got an army. But you have to stand and fight. You have to stand and stop. You have to stand and command. You've got to stand and do something with your authority. Act like you got something because you have something. Act like you got something because something was given to you. Knowing that God is able to keep you from falling. Who believes that? I saw one hand. Who believes? Two hands. Who believes that? Can I see your hand? God is able to keep you from falling. If you believe God when he says stuff like that, believe also God when he says things like, greater is he that's in you than he that is in the world. Amen? All right, let me finish up on this last thing I want to tell you. Have a seat. St. Mark, the Power Book. We've been waiting on you. I get paid, get go to the benediction now. Mark chapter number 16. I was talking with the group yesterday about how God is pushing me past my comfort point, my comfort. I can't be comfortable because God is pushing me so far. And the problem with me, what I'm comfortable in, is church. I've been in church all my life. Matter of fact, some people would argue, all I know is church. But we'll leave Anthony alone. There's a benefit in knowing church, and that's all you know. Because to the world, you look square.
Right?
Do you not know that the term square used to be a positive term?
Yes.
Until there are elements in our community that gave the definition of that term something different. If you look at the dictionary of the 1800s, square was a compliment.
Right.
What it meant was there are four sides to a square, and it's an equilateral geometric reference. It meant balanced. It meant stable. Somebody called you square, they're saying you got it all together.
Right.
That's what it used to mean. Now square is, you're square.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't know something outside of that box.
Jesus.
That comparatively speaking, people that have gone to school and been educated and all they know are right things, you're square. So that's a negative thing. You have to not act like you're balanced. You have to act like you're imbalanced. So you won't be square. You're so square, you don't do these corrupt and these corruptible, incorrigible things. Because people that do incorrigible things aren't square. They're cool. So what you want to be is not square, you want to be cool. So in order to be cool, you got to do something that's unacceptable.
Unbalanced, unstable.
And off balance. And then you're too cool for school. It's amazing and astounding how strategic the devil is, even with the language that we use. Used to be gay was happy. Used to be, if you go to the dictionary of the 1800s, if somebody called you gay, that means you were on top. You were just happy. You led a pleasant life.
Right. Right.
Now gay is an alternative lifestyle. That used to be a subcultural thing that nobody knew that you did in the privacy of your own,
Whatever.
in the corner, in the dark, after hours when nobody saw you.
In the library.
Now people are outside of that closet, outside of that place that was covered up where nobody saw you. People are living gayness out loud. Now it's of great esteem to be gay and proud.
Something wrong with you if you're not.
And if you're not,
Yeah.
then something's wrong with your thinking, because what's wrong with your mind if you think this is wrong? What's wrong with you?
Jesus.
I'm saying enough is enough. I'm saying that season and that time has advanced to this point. I'm saying at some point we have to say, okay, Google, stop.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I mean, I dealt with you.
Yes. Thank you, Lord. Yes.
You were sounding pretty good, but now you done got to the place where you picking your own songs.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, Google, stop. And I don't mean slow down. I mean stop. I mean shut it down, cut it off. I don't want to hear one more peep from you. Stop. I don't want you in my house. I don't want you around my house. I don't want you. Listen, there's the door. Let the good Lord hit you. St. Mark chapter number 16. Matthew, you got it?
No.
I got it.
You got it?
Not yet.
She's buffering.
What was the chapter?
6.
Matthew 16.
Hey, Mark.
You said Mark.
I'm sorry, Mark. Yes, you're right. Mark 16. Thank you. I'm thinking Matthew.
Okay.
I'm asking Matthew to read for a purpose, for a reason. Matthew doesn't know this, but he's uniquely qualified to read this particular scripture. When Matthew was a little boy, like a lot of little boys, he used to be afraid of the dark. No shame, no tea. Everybody had an issue with the light being on or off when they're ready to go to sleep. So when the light go off, you see stuff that maybe isn't there. But you don't know that it is there because it looks like it's there. And it's designed on purpose to compromise your peace so you won't sleep. Because if you don't have rest, you won't be prepared for the fight of the next day.
Amen.
I wish somebody was listening to me. I wish somebody was. I need you all to be with me because I'm ready to close this message, but I need you to catch up with me so that I can go to the conclusion.
All right.
I want to give you the conclusion. I want us to conclude.
Yes.
I want us to arrive in the same vehicle at the same place at the same time.
Yes.
I don't want this to be a way homework that you get it after we leave. I want you to get this now.
Yes. That's good.
My son lived in a sanctified house with sanctified parents would go into a sanctified bedroom and be tormented. Because that's what the devil does. He's sneaky. Gets on my nerves. That's what my kids. Messing with your family. Gets on my nerves.
Amen.
My son slept upstairs and he's bothered by things that he's trying to go to bed, trying to go to sleep, trying to get some rest, trying to be ready for the next day. But he's tormented. Somebody said, afraid of the dark. It isn't the dark that children are afraid of. It's things that appear
Yes.
in the dark.
Yes.
It's things that prefer darkness over light.
Yes.
That children because children are less distracted than we are of
Right.
stuff. And their little subconscious, when the lights go out, they're a little more sensitive to things that we can't see.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that they aren't there. Cut that light out, my son would be tormented and he'd be tossed back and forth. And I don't know if it was my wife or if it was me. I don't know who told you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was you.
Jesus. I wish more fathers would tell more sons to call upon the name of the Lord. I wish more parents would stop talking about night lights and creature comforts and lullabies and little stories that I need to tell you so you can fall asleep. I wish more parents would teach more children to rely on, to call on, to lean on, to fall on, to cry out.
Yes.
The name of the Lord. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run in and they are saved. We're too busy singing Hickory Dickory Dock and Three Little Mice and Goldilocks rather than standing on the truth that has liberated millions. I'm not even done talking. I'm going to let you read in a second. But I need to set the foundation for the reason why I called on you to read. Because everything I do is with a purpose. You may not understand it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You will find that the more you do for the Lord, the more you do in the Lord, folks are going to wonder where you came from. They're going to wonder what you thinking. They're going to wonder all kinds of things. But listen, keep on doing what you're doing. The lights will go out. My wife and I would be in the bed sleep. Matthew's bedroom was above us. And when he would feel something, when he would be tormented, when he would see something, you would hear,
Shake.
you would hear the loudest, most blood-curdling scream. But it really wasn't a scream because it was articulate. It was deliberate. And it really didn't bother us so much because we understood what he said when he yelled and he screamed. He would yell at the top of his voice. Jesus. I'm talking about 5, 6 years old. He had a habit. And listen, it didn't disturb me none. It didn't wake me up none. It actually soothed me. Because as a father, I knew that I didn't have to intervene. I didn't need to run and go see what was happening. Because whatever was happening, it was just like he was saying, okay, Google, stop. Because the authority that he had as a 6-year-old was authority to
Thank you, Lord.
proclaim the name that every knee,
We'll bow.
even the demonic knee, had to stop
Yes.
and bow and submit. Okay, I didn't mean to bother you. And every tongue had to confess. Hey, look, listen, I don't know you, but I know that name. So I think I'm going to go find somebody else to bother. Because if you know that name, that means I'm about to be undone. That means this ain't even a battle. This ain't even a war. That name right now stops me in my tracks. That boy would holler out, Jesus! And the tormentor would torment no more. The thing that was bothering him would bother him no more. The thing that the thing that would make him afraid. And I think everybody can relate to this. Even grown folks get afraid.
Amen.
But if we would come to the Lord with the simplicity of the belief of understanding, if we just call out his name, that something was going to happen. I've been riding in the car with my grandmother. And it looked like an accident was about to happen. And my grandmother said, Jesus! And the accident didn't happen. Now, you could say that was a coincidence and or it was just a matter of timing, or you could say what you want to say. But I'm here to tell you, I'm here to proclaim, I'm here to shout from the rooftop that there is power in the name of Jesus. Just the name. You may not know how to pray. You may not know how to intercede. But if you know how to scream,
Yes.
let me give you something to scream.
Yes.
You know how to yell?
Yes.
No, guess what? No, you can't whisper this name. Not this name here.
Right.
You have to say this name with
Authority.
authority. I'm almost done. So with authority, the same authority. Listen. Matthew, when this message was preached to me and I received it with authority. So I have to give it to you. So you in kind will respond with the same, the operative word being same. Did you hear me?
Yes.
The operative word is same. Authority. Read.
Mark 16:1.
Did I give you the verse?
No.
17.
And these signs shall follow them that believe.
Now you're reading with some understanding, you're reading with some articulation. I need you to read it with authority. The authority that you already have. I don't want you to read it so people hear you. I want you to read it with authority, because that's the difference between us reading the word and a believer reading the word. You can read your Bible from sun up to sundown, but when you get through reading, you won't have nothing if you don't understand the authority that you possess. Read.
And these signs shall follow them that believe.
And these signs. Come on.
Shall follow them as that they believe.
Why don't ask the question, give them the answer. This is the answer. These signs shall. What I say?
Shall.
Did you understand me when I said shall?
Yes.
That means it's gonna happen.
Right.
You believe this is gonna happen. Gonna happen to who? Believers? Who in this room is a believer? Raise your hand.
Them that believe.
Who?
Them that believe.
Who's them that believe in this room?
We are. We are.
Us, me. This is going to happen.
Everybody.
Guess when it's going to happen? When you realize who you are. Wait. I'm a believer. Yeah. This is going to follow you.
Yes.
When you know and stop looking for somebody else. When you know who you are, you don't need mama and daddy. All you need to do is scream out what Matthew screamed out when he was little. What did he scream out? Jesus. How did he say it?
Right. They weren't there.
I told you already. Matthew, how'd you say it? Don't be ashamed.
I'm not ashamed. I don't want to scream right now.
Jesus! This is what I'm talking about. That right there. Let me see. These signs shall follow you. Read.
In my name shall they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents. And if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them.
Don't be scared of snakes. You command demons. Don't be scared of snakes. Don't be scared of spiders. You tell principalities and powers and rulers of iniquity in high places what to do. Don't be scared. When you realize that greater is He that is in you already, there's not a problem in the world that's going to make you afraid. It's going to make you back up or cower down. There's not a challenge. There's not a situation that looks like somebody's taking over. Somebody's taking yours. They can't take yours because what's yours was given to you. When you get to the place where you realize, listen, I'm smart, but I didn't earn what I got. It was given to me. That's another message. When you realize all that I have, God has given me. If God gave you everything, then to God be the glory. And if somebody tries to steal what God gave you, they're trying to steal what's God's. It may be in your care. It may be entrusted to you, but they're trying to steal what's God. And guess what? Do you know the security system that you have attached to God's property? Not only can I find it, but I can get it back. Matter of fact, it doesn't make you immune from theft, but also enables and empowers you to go down to the enemy's camp and take back what was stolen from you. That's another message. Read.
They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. So then, after the Lord had spoken unto them, he was received up into heaven, and sat on the right hand of God.
Why did Jesus leave? So we be alone?
No, he left us authority.
Why did Jesus leave? So did we be by ourselves? Why did Jesus leave? Jesus ain't, wait, Jesus ain't here no more. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do without Jesus, y'all? Jesus is gone.
So the comforter will come.
You know what they never did? They went in the room and they hid. Jesus said, that isn't why I died. I didn't die for you to hide. I didn't die for you to be afraid. Everything that I taught you was for you to go out. Understand the commission that you are under. And share what I've shared with you with authority. I've given you my authority so you no longer need my presence. Jesus said, I've given you my authority. He said, whatsoever you ask, why you touch and agree with me? No. Whatever you ask in my name. Whatever you ask, Cheryl, in his name, it shall be done. Not only does Jesus not have to be here, Jesus purposely left the authority to you. And if that was enough, he also said, if I don't leave, the Comforter can't come. And what the Comforter is going to do, the Comforter is going to come and give you courage and encourage you to go forth beyond your comfort level. Because that's what comfort, you need to be comforted when you're beyond your comfort. You can't be beyond your comfort level if you're comfortable right now. If you're comfortable right now, you're not doing enough for the Lord. If you feel pressed and stretched because God is saying stuff that you're not comfortable with, don't ignore what he's saying. Be discomforted. Okay, this ain't comfortable for me, but I'm going to do this because I can, because he asked me, and the Comforter is going to help me accomplish it. That's another lesson. Anthony, give me Romans 8.
And in those days, the multitude being very great,
Give me verse 11.
and the Pharisees came forth,
Romans 8. And 11. Becky, how am I doing? Doing okay?
well, if the spirit of him that raised up Jesus from the dead.
Now watch
dwell in
this. Jesus was told to be good, and he was good, wasn't he? And while he went about doing good, they accused him of some stuff. And those accusations turned into incarceration. And that incarceration turned into termination. They killed Jesus, an innocent man. No, he could have said, hey, listen, my defense attorney is better than everybody. He could have employed the best strategic tactics. Listen, the Bible says that angels had charge over his physical body, lest he dash his foot against. In other words, Jesus couldn't kick a rock and be bruised, because the Lord was in contact, in control of all elements that would affect his son. You now are sons and daughters of the King. Please understand the assets that you have at your employ. You may think that you're nothing. You may feel like nothing. You may not feel like much, but you are a child of the King. The Holy Ghost will teach you all things and then bring all things back to your remembrance. What things? The things that Jesus already knew. Just because Jesus was the only begotten don't mean that you won't be getting nothing. I'm trying to preach. Jesus suffered. As a matter of fact, they beat him until he was unrecognizable. They beat him until his brother and his mother said, that can't be him. He doesn't look like the person that I know. The crowd had the opportunity to give him his freedom. They said, give us Barabbas. We don't want the innocent man. We want the man that's guilty. Why? Because there was something in it for them. Don't allow your service to be compensated monetarily. That's a whole nother. I want to preach, but if I preach that, we'll be here till about 3. Don't allow your attempt at looking like a king's kid to make you buy some $2,000 shoes talking about you saved and you fly. Looking saved isn't looking prosperous. Looking saved is looking innocent. You follow me? You don't have to have a $2,000 suit on and have the best of the best. And there's nothing wrong with the best of the best. I'm not saying that your outward appearance is problematic. I'm saying if you're going to shop for a look, shop for innocence. I don't care if it was 80% off. Look for innocence. Look for something that's going to make you look in. Don't look for something that's going to make you look. What's the word they use? No. It's not fly, that's an old word. Okay, y'all. All right. I'm going to talk about shopping another day. Start from top. 17. I think 17. 8. 11.
But if the spirit of him that raised up Jesus from the dead
Watch this.
dwell in you,
Nothing Jesus did brought him to the place where he deserved what he got. They hung him high, right? For everybody to see, to make a public spectacle of him. They stretched him out. They put nails in his hands so he couldn't even bring his hands down. He couldn't cover up nothing. They stripped him. He had clothes on. But now they want to embarrass him by pulling his clothes off. He had nothing but his underlings on. Because they're trying to expose and humiliate. Then they put him on a crown, but not a crown that he deserved, a crown of thorns, a crown of humiliation, a crown of pain, literal pain where he had blood coming down his face. The face that they had already beat until you couldn't recognize who it was. He said some things. It's another message. Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. He hung his head. He died. Not because of the crucifixion, but because of the weight of what he had become. He that knew no sin became sin for us so that we could be saved. There was a method, but it was painful. And he was willing to accept the pain of the service of his Father. They said he can't be dead that quick. They pierced him in the side in blood and water. I can't even go into that because of the significance. It's too significant to just jump over. So if you won't mind, we'll try to run to the end. You with me? Mm-hmm. He said it's finished. He hung his head. He gave up the ghost. He died. The life-giving force that was in him, that was placed in him, released him from his physical body. They took his empty carcass of a shell. They brought it down. They took it off the cross. They buried him in another man's tomb because he didn't even have a burial place. People talk about prosperity. Let me leave it alone. They put him in a tomb. They closed it up with such a heavy rock, it took several men to close it. It takes several men to open it. 3 days later, he died on a Friday. On Sunday morning, they went to go see him. The women did, to dress his body. They tried to get in there, and they were worried about the problem. Who's going to open up the stone? They get there, the stone's already rolled away, right? They go inside, he's already gone. They meet a man, two men showed up out of nowhere and said, listen, were you listening? He's risen like he said. He told you that in 3 days he wasn't going to be here. He told you that he was going to rise. He told you before he did it what he was going to do. Now you looking for something other than what he said. I got a problem with any Christian that follows the teachings of Jesus, that knows what Jesus said, that lives like he didn't say what he said. That's looking for something other to happen with no expectation whatsoever that what Jesus said is going to happen. You've got to have faith in what you read. The kind of faith that he had. He put his life on his word because his word is life. Which brings me down to the conclusion of the matter. Read.
He that raised up Christ from the dead.
He that raised up Christ from the dead, like that was something, like you hadn't heard of that before. He told you himself that it was going to happen. He showed you that it could happen when Lazarus died. Remember that? Remember when Lazarus died? Lazarus died before Jesus died. Lazarus Lazarus was brought back from the dead before Jesus was brought back. Like you didn't think it could happen. Like you had never seen that before in your life. You're so busy crying and lamenting about Jesus being gone that you forgot what he said. But the same Spirit, the same power, the same authority that was given to Jesus that raised him up from the dead, read,
shall quicken your mortal body.
is available, not only available to you, but is at your disposal. Did you hear me? The same Spirit that's so powerful it pulled Jesus up from the dead can pull you up from anything, anywhere. You ain't dead. That means whatever situation you can get yourself into, you can get out. Because the same Spirit. Matthew, you were 6, 7. With the same power that you called on as a little child is still available to you. And it still will have the same effects that it did then. And maybe it's not popular. Maybe it's a little unseemly. Maybe it's a little embarrassing for us to holler out, for us to cry out now. Maybe it seems unacceptable, but let me tell you something. It's the same Spirit, and the same Spirit will have the same results. That same Spirit is going to quicken your body, and the quickening power on a dead body is going to cause that dead body to rise. If you ain't dead, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to rise. You don't have to rise from the dead, but you're going to rise from that situation. You're going to rise from bankruptcy. You're going to rise from that relationship. You're going to rise from your addiction. You're going to rise from unemployment. You're going to rise. Why? Because of the same Spirit. And I don't want to be so deep and so traditional, so religious on Resurrection Sunday to talk about what Jesus did without reminding you about what's available to you. Everybody stand.